anything you work hard at, anything you put a lot of effort into, anything you sweat over to make it happen, the question is, why are you working so hard? The answer is your programs and your subconscious don't support that.
And what we have to do in order to get to that place where we can take the keys and unlock the self-imposed prisons, or the prisons that we have given ourselves on the basis of what we have come to believe is our limitations, what we can and can't do. We have to let go of that. And I call it rewriting our agreement with reality. We literally have to make a whole new contract with what it is that I perceive to be what is possible for me. And in order to do that, we have to shift out of the things that we have come to believe in, and everything that you came to this program watching tonight that you believe in was handed to you.
Woo! Good morning, dreamers. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. It is Thursday. Happy Thursday. Cedric in the builders. Dreamers, how are we feeling coming into today? Hope you've had a great week so far. Hope a lot of blessings have been pouring down. So you see today's topic. Today we're going to be getting into a great one, the 4 tips how we can go ahead and grow each and every one of our social media. So this is going to be a good topic coming into today, coming from the one and only Mina Moves. Last night, our social media educator. So if you didn't get a chance to go ahead and catch that, no worries. I'm going to go ahead and be running the play for today. So let's go ahead and get into it. But as always, before we do, let's get a little bit of gratitude down below. What is everybody grateful for coming into today? Let me get live on IG, and we are getting started on the 4 tips to grow our social medias. Boom. Awesome, fam. So grateful to be alive. So thankful for God. So grateful to be able to be here with each and every single one of you. You've got your surgery tomorrow. Sending prayers. I know it's going to go well. Sending a speedy recovery. I know it's going to happen right on time. Love it. 11:11. Paint your vision. So grateful for the water. We've got our alkaline in the building. LASIK. Oh, there we go. Going to be able to get the 20/20 vision. Looking clean. That's exciting. I'm happy for you. Awesome. So let's dive in. A lot to be grateful for. Had a packed out schedule this week. A lot of great educators and mentors coming on, laying down the sauce. And today, I'm gonna be pouring some of it out. The 4 tips for social media, right? So number 1, the first tip, when it comes into it, for myself, before we even dive into the 4 tips, I've been somebody who struggled with worrying about what other people think on social media, worrying about what Edward 97_star22 is going to end up commenting on my post. I felt that when I first started. In fact, I was so afraid to even post my face at the beginning. I went out and I just took quotes from the internet, and I would go on it and I threw them on my page. And you can actually even go down. You can just go down to the bottom of my Instagram and you can see the journey. You can be able to see the growth over time. And that was the purpose, right? I wanted to go ahead and document the journey. So at one point, we could be able to go back and see the growth. So I believe the same thing goes for every single one of us, right? There's no need to go ahead and delete certain things. Let people see the journey. Let people see the growth, the transformation. So I think the first thing to talk about is let's not be afraid of what anybody else thinks, because don't get it twisted. Social media either works one of 2 ways, right? We can either take advantage of social media, or social media can take advantage of us. And drop a 3 down below if we know somebody that maybe social media is taking advantage of them, right? Jojo in the building, what's going on? Just getting caught up scrolling, getting caught up in distractions, not realizing this is the biggest millionaire tools for free, right? Talking about Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. People are building $1 million businesses right from their homes, just using these platforms, being able to build a brand, build an audience, give value, and give people the chance to go ahead and raise their hand. Okay. So I think a huge topic before we get into these 4 keys is remembering self-confidence, right? Self-awareness, being confident in thyself, as Mina put it yesterday. And I think that's so key, because the moment that we're able to believe in ourselves, the moment that we're able to go ahead and be authentic This is where people relate. This is where getting vulnerable. There's so many mentors that talk about it, how vulnerability is actually a superpower, because now somebody can relate to the story. At the beginning, I was trying to paint this picture perfect, picture for somebody, not really understanding yet that nobody can relate to that. Nobody can relate to the person who's made a lot of money and then they went out and they made a ton more. But somebody can relate to someone that maybe is working 9 to 5. They're sick and tired of working there, and they were looking for a part-time stream income. And they beat at that part-time, and eventually that part-time fortune superseded that full-time income. And now maybe they can go out and live a life of their dreams. But truth be told, somebody that's working a 9 to 5, they just want a part-time income that they can actually bring in some money on the side. Drop a 5 down below if an extra $500 a month part-time would change the game for you. Let me know. Even extra $500. It was funny at the beginning. I was telling my mentor, I was like, what's an extra $500 a month? He's like, let me ask you. If I pulled 150 from your paycheck, would you notice? If I pulled 300 from your paycheck this month, would you notice? I was like, of course. He's like, well, you see, $500 is a lot more money than we actually think. So this is crucial. That's half of somebody's rent. That's a Benz payment. I'm hyped for an extra $100, right? Absolutely. So that's key. Okay. So let's get into it. The 4 tips to go ahead and really grow our social media. Number 1 is going to be reviewing past performance. Reviewing past performance. Just like anything, there's a reason why we get on a call every single Sunday together and we do an evaluation, right? Every week we do an evaluation with 3 questions. What did we do well? What can we do better? And what can we focus on moving forward? So imagine somebody that goes a whole year. We don't review our social media. We don't review any of the content that we put out. And then we go into the next year with no plan, with no structure, with no vision. It's going to be so easy to go ahead and spin in circles. And I know what that's like. I've been there at the beginning of my journey. But getting around the veterans, seeing their schedules, seeing how they operate, I realized there's a system. Just like there's a system to learn how to trade, there's a system to learn how to build an e-commerce store. Well, the beauty for all of us, we have a system to be able to go ahead and grow our social media. So here's number 1, reviewing past performance. What are the videos that did well that were maybe long form? What are some of the videos that did well with short form? Looking at maybe our longer captions, our shorter captions. Did we have a hook in the beginning? How many of these did we actually have a call to action, right? All of these different things plays a huge role in determining what can we go ahead and do better and what can we add and focus on moving forward into 2023 to wrap up the year. And most importantly, exploding into 2024, building this brand, right? Of each of ours, because our brand, I talked about on my Instagram, we are the superstars of the movie. We're not sitting front row in the seats of our life. We are the main characters. We're the actor, the producer, the writer. So there's never been a better time to go ahead and document this movie of life, right? Because people are looking for someone that's growing, that's transforming every day. And each one of us, we are. I think that's very powerful. Okay, so that's number 1. What type of images were we using? Were they high quality? How about our videos? Did we start learning how to edit? Did we start learning maybe little skill sets to go ahead and grow with some of our content? That's number 1. Number 2, the second piece is going to be establishing meaningful goals, right? This was so awesome. Mina said this, right? Aligning content with a purpose. Being strategic towards everything that we start to put out, because here's the deal. People are looking for pretty much 2 things, okay? They're looking to go ahead and feel some type of emotion, right? This is peeling the onions of the layer with social media. People are looking to feel certain emotions. This is why that we can easily scroll through and see satisfying videos and get stuck. We can look at misery and get stuck because they say misery loves company, right? We can look at things that get our attention with maybe makeup or sports or athletics and weightlifting. Everybody gets pulled by different things. But here's the cool part, right? Being able to figure out what pulls our audience. What is the dot? What's the dot? What is the avatar that we are looking to attract? You see, in our industry, we're looking to attract maybe somebody that is working a 9 to 5. That's looking for more streams of income. That's looking to make money from home. That's looking to do something different. Maybe that's heard about crypto, but they never had a mentor. Someone that's heard about e-commerce. They tried it, but they never really had success. All of these different individuals are who it is that we're targeting. So knowing the pain points, what's the pain points of these individuals? More streams of money, maybe losing hours at work. Maybe they just got cut off from one of their 2 jobs. So what if we could show them another way that they can make money from home? What if we could show them how it is that the 5% are truly actually thriving inside of a recession because they're trading money for money instead of just time for money? Okay. So another big piece of number 2 is realizing that the audience is looking for something that can actually solve their problem. So for us as creators, what does that mean for us? That means it's important to actually think of a hook to catch somebody's attention when they first see the video. Because for all of us, we only get 3 seconds to capture somebody's attention. They're gonna see the first 3 seconds. If it doesn't capture their attention, you're gonna see that watch time and the insights go like this, and it drops off. But if there's a nice hook, if there's something to go ahead and grab their focus, that watch time is going to stick for a longer period of time. And the longer the watch time, the more that each platform is going to push that out to the explore page. Hence why you see videos go viral. You see, when a post gets put out, it gets pushed out to 20% of our audience. And depending on how that 20% responds, it's going to either decide whether it goes out and gets into the explore page in front of more of our audience members, or it's going to get hidden and tucked away and we get 200 views, right? We've all been there. Another feeling. Drop a 2 down below if you guys have put out a piece of content that you worked on really hard and you're like, man, I don't know what happened. I've been there, okay? Number 1, don't worry about it because that next piece could go viral. Number 2, maybe it's because there's little keys that we haven't learned to implement into our content, right? I got you. Don't worry, Kat. All right, check this out. Let's keep it moving. Okay. So every piece of content is intentional. Being able to pull heartstrings, right? What's an emotion that you want someone to feel after seeing this piece of content, right? With this video, I want someone to be able to get away with this piece of content, excited, knowing they can get out right now and implement any part of this. This is what I want someone to feel. This is the emotions I want to invoke with this live. So we can do this with every video, with every story, with every post that we put out. Think of this ahead of time, right? Number 3, the third piece is going to be planning a content strategy. Creating goals that align with content that addresses needs and wants. So once again, what do we want people to learn? What's the value that we want them to go and extract? And at the end of this call, I'm going to give a couple different hooks and calls to action that Mina gave us last night, so we can start getting an idea how to put this into action right here, right now, today. So stick to the end and make sure you guys go ahead and grab those, okay? But number 3 is learning that at the end of the day, social media is meant to go ahead and bring leads. Social media is meant to go ahead and impact. Social media is meant to go ahead and be of service, whatever that is for each of us, because we all might be in different industries as well as with whatever that we're doing. But it's important to realize that everything needs to be intentional. And the 4th thing that she talked about is, think about this, okay? If you want to get more leads, put out more videos. If you want to go ahead and build more brand loyalty, she talks about putting out more photos and carousels. So whatever niche that any of us are in, people want to learn. They want to know the 3 tips on how I can build my e-commerce store, the 5 tips that I can learn about trading, right? The 3 keys that I can use right here today to grow my social media. That's action tips someone can use today. We can easily go spit that value in a video. We can put that in a carousel. So it takes knowing what type of content do we want to go ahead and put out to do which type of response, okay? Last but not least, number 4, she talked about is setting deadlines. Setting deadlines. Drop a 5 down below if you guys have content that maybe you've saved a couple of videos that you've seen on your Explore page that you've been waiting to create, but maybe we've been worried about what somebody's going to think. Maybe we've been afraid to put it out because it's not perfect yet. We don't have the right setting to go ahead and make it happen. Let me drop my 5s. I've been there too, okay? I know what that's like. I've been there, but here's the truth. When we don't set deadlines, it's easy for all of these types of videos and pieces of content to compile on each other. And guess what happens? Nothing gets done. I've been there. I know what it's like. And I also know on the other side, when I got really intentional, getting organized, writing things down, setting up my calendar, that's when I really start to explode building a brand. So I think this is such a huge piece in these 4 tips. Understanding that content is meant to serve. Serving is an emotion. And here's the cool part. Serving can be different things. That could be feeding somebody an emotion. That could be stirring up an idea, or maybe even giving somebody a question. People need answers. So we all have value that someone's looking for. That could be mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially. And at the end of the day, as we start to grow, people are looking for one of 2 things. Okay. They're looking for profits. Yes, of course, people want to see money. People want to see some dollar bills. But I'm going to tell you what else they want to see. People want to see progress. And when they see us growing, when they see us journaling and reading on go lives and studying and putting up new listings, start seeing some success, they're going to get curious on what it is that we're doing. I promise you that. Consistency is so powerful. You see, they might not comment today. They might not like your post today, but I'm telling you, as a week goes by, weeks go by, months go by, they're going to end up having that one day, sitting at work, sick and tired of being sick and tired. So you know what, Cedric? Send me the link. I'm ready to go ahead and learn these skill sets. I'm ready to get into crypto. How do I get started? But it just takes being able to stay focused, staying consistent. So that's my 4 tips. But I told you I got a special gift for everybody at the end. Let me give you 3 hooks. 3 hooks that we can use right here, right now, today for our content coming in for the end of the month. Okay. Here's number 1. The first hook that we got last night from Mina. She said, I achieved blank accomplishment. Today is 3 things that I actually learned on my journey. Imagine that. I achieved a blank accomplishment. Maybe you guys got a couple of sales in your store. JoJo, been killing it in the store, right? Think about this video, how great this would be for any of your listeners, right? I achieved this blank accomplishment. You got over 600 sales, top 5 in the company for Etsy. What are 3 things that you learned along this journey? That's number 1, a great piece of content to put out for today. Here's number 2. Second piece is going to be right here. Blank things I wish I could tell myself when I first started. Think about that. 3 things I wish I could go back in time and tell myself when I first started. For me, maybe it was to be a little bit more intentional, right? It's one thing to get on a call. It's one thing to get on a Zoom, but it's a whole other thing to truly be intentional and be ready to take action with that information immediately, okay? Number 3, the third hook that any of us can use for today is right here. My biggest blank disappointment led to my biggest blank. Biggest blank disappointment. Think about that. I'll give you one of mine. There was times when I would go out and I would throw events every single weekend. Nobody would show up. One person would show up. And I'll tell you right now, after we went hard for 2 weeks straight doing them at El Primo's, there was one person that ended up showing up that came in and absolutely took off with trading. And that was one of the first times that I saw that we don't have to have all the success. We don't have to have everything figured out. In fact, there could be somebody that comes in and they pick up this skill set faster than we actually did. I can't tell you how many testimonies I've been able to see just like that. So these are 4 tips. These are 3 hooks that we can go out and use right here, right now, today to start go ahead and building a brand. Give people something to relate to. Go ahead and stir up some emotions, some ideas, some questions for our audience, because this is what they're looking for. They're looking for value. They're looking to think different. They're looking to get outside of the box. The problem is most people are just conforming to society, conforming with negativity, the news, everything the president's talking about. But we have the ability to go ahead and follow the masses and do the opposite. So dreamers, with that being said, that's my training for everybody today. Hope you guys got a little bit of value. If you did, drop some 3s down below, smash that like button. And if nobody told you today, I'm proud of you, fam. I'm excited to see what's to come. I know you've been putting in some new listings, been putting in some time studying on the charts. Withdrawals are coming. More impact is on the way. Appreciate you. Anything you need, feel free to go ahead and reach out. And remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. Have a great day, fam. See you soon. Let's go.